Hey guys, I'm here to introduce you today to a brand new open source template that I've just launched. It is one of my tracks called Put Down the Gun. Now, first I'll just quickly cover what an open source template is. I've been developing Ableton templates for a while now, and I've gotten a lot of feedback on them. A lot of it's been good, but some of it has said that the templates are in some way lacking, in that when somebody builds a template, you can learn from it, you can use tools out of it, but it's not typically a completed track. And I really wanted to help you guys to take things, your production, your learning to the next level. And the feedback I got from most of my students was that what they really wanted was to be able to see inside my music. Now, whether you like my music or not is irrelevant. It's if you can see inside somebody's track, you can learn their production techniques, and that's the more valuable piece to the equation here. So what I'm doing with this open source template is actually giving you the Ableton set project file for one of my tunes that's been released. Now, to do this, I had to go back to the record label I released it on and negotiate with them to be able to do that, because normally that would violate my licensing agreement with them. But I did. They were amenable to the idea, and I'm super stoked to be able to present to you the Put Down the Gun open source template. So Put Down the Gun is a track that I released a while back on Pop and Lock Records. One of my mates runs that label. His name's Miyagi. And the release came out with Put Down the Gun, which is a very dub-influenced, kind of reggae flavor glitch hop track. And the track has vocals on it from MC Vex. So they're custom vocal samples. It's got some horns in it, some trumpets, some flutes, and things like that. And it's just a really dubby kind of glitchy track. So let's take a look inside this template. So what you get when you download this set is you get a zip file. When you decompress that, you'll notice inside there are two folders. One of them is for the open source project template. The other one is a special DJ template, which I'll talk about in half a sec here. So the very first thing to notice is that you get all of the samples, sounds, device settings, my custom presets, custom racks, custom return chains, mastering chains, and a whole bunch of other delicious goodies inside this bad boy. So let's start with the production template, because this is the actual song. This is the full version that I created myself. The first thing I should mention is you do not need any third-party plugins to be able to open this. This is an all Ableton template. So I did use some third-party devices in the original track, but I've removed those and bounced them down to audio or found substitutes in Ableton that mimic those effects. And so this is an all Ableton set. Just so you know, this is compatible on Mac and PC, and all you need is the full version of Ableton Live version 8.2.2 or later. If you don't have that version of Ableton, you can easily download it from the latest version section of Ableton. So included in this set are all the original samples and sounds that I recorded and used, including some really sweet vocal samples from my buddy MC Vex. I've got a couple of simplers and samplers that are loaded up with bass sounds and synth sounds. Now, these are already set up. You can save these to your library and use them in any of your future productions. You can basically deconstruct this whole song, take the pieces, the racks, the effects chains that you like, and use them in your own music. If you look in the returns area, there are 6 special custom return chains. These are delays, reverbs, and things like that. Now, I've already set these up, macroed some stuff in, and dialed these in for you so that you can create a really professional and polished sheen to your mixes. Creating ambience and space around your elements is one of the keys to having a really well-polished professional tune. And I've included all of my custom ones that I use in each one of my tracks for you here. You can easily save these to your library. How you save these to your library is you can browse to the area in your Ableton device browser where this type of device lies. For example, if it's an audio effect rack, you go to Audio Effects, Audio Effect Rack. I always create my own custom new folder. So you just do this quickly by right-clicking and selecting New Folder. And I name it my own custom name. And then all you do is you simply click on the rack and you drag it into that area and hit Enter. And anytime you come back there in the future, you can take these and drag and drop them into new projects. You'll also see, if you look through each one of my individual tracks, you'll see some of them have custom multi-band or otherwise custom effects chains. Now these are also good ones to save to your library because I've used them for specific cases here. So check these guys out, listen to them, and if you like them, feel free to save them as well. You'll notice as well that everything here has been organized in a quite logical manner. All of the tracks are, I really spent a lot of time cleaning this up for you guys. All the tracks are named, logical meanings. All of the tracks are color-coded, so you can really easily navigate through your sets, and this is something that I'll be doing in all of my open source template sets. Now let's move over to the DJ version. So the reason why I created this is because a lot of the things I like about Ableton, one of the main reasons I use Ableton is that it's an application you can use in the studio and on the stage. So if you're using Ableton in the studio to write your track, most people have trouble and they haven't really found a great way to take that track and render it out so they can use it in a live performance. Well, I've done that for you, and I think that you can learn a lot by looking at how I've done that. So if you launch the DJ template, it launches Ableton in its performance or session view. And in session view, you'll notice that I have a whole bunch of stems and clips lined up. Each one of these clips has been preset up with a follow action so that it automatically triggers after 8 bars of play. So you can literally press play and it'll go through and it'll play the whole set for you. Now, if you want to, you can also rearrange the order that these clips fire in if you're using a device like a Novation Launchpad or an APC-40. Now, if we go over to the master bus, you'll see I put a couple extra goodies there for you. First of all, you'll see an audio effect rack that I've created called the Vespers Glitch Bitch. And this sucker is one that I used. It took me, this is probably the 7th version I've created. It's gone through a lot of iterations. And I've developed this over the last 3 years to put on my master bus to DJ with. And when I'm performing, I map out each one of these custom macros to a fader or a knob on my MIDI controller. So I just would macro these out or MIDI map these out, and then I can use them live from my knobs and faders in the live environment. And so here's what it sounds like. Just check out this quick little demo of the Glitch Bitch. And finally, what you'll find on my master bus is a basic mastering chain. This is the mastering chain that I use if I'm playing unmastered material and I'm using it live. I use a compressor with very, very specific settings and a limiter that's been dialed in to give me just the right amount of gain reduction for fatness and for punch. So I wanted to give you guys the most amount of value I possibly could out of this template. I have the arrangement view and the session view side of things, and it includes all of the samples, the custom racks, the devices, the presets, everything I can possibly give you, I've given you there. Feel free to use it in your own production. In fact, that's what it's there for. And I really hope you guys are able to learn from this. If you like this set, please let me know. If there's anything you feel can be improved about it, definitely let me know as well. You can get a hold of me through my website. And keep an eye out. There will be lots more of these templates coming. I'm going back and continuing to negotiate with the record labels I've released my music on, and I'm going to be continuing to fire some of these new templates up here. So really stoked to be able to offer this to you guys, and I really hope this helps you to take your production to the next level. Happy music making.